first Asyl signing stream. There are going to be plenty of signing streams as I go through and fulfill this book. And the signing streams were pretty popular with my previous campaigns, so we brought them back, of course. Um, and thanks again, guys. Thanks again to everybody that backed Asyl and made it a success. I'm gonna be working on the sequel here pretty soon. Whenever I have some spare time, because right now it's all about signing and fulfilling and all that stuff. But pretty soon I'll be working on the sequel to this book, and just thank you guys once again. Thank you once again to everybody that backed it and made it a really great success. Um, and it looks like we already got like two or three people here in the chat. So hit the thumbs up, thumbs down, whichever one you want. Share out the link. We got Gigantic Android in the chat. Nasser in the morning. He says, "Yeah, I never stream this early because I'm always writing at this time. But I thought, it's such a great time to do a signing stream. We'll have an early morning signing stream. Talk to you guys. So if you guys got anything you guys want to talk about while I sign, we can definitely do that. Let me just move these around a little bit and give me some more space here to sit down the books. There we go. So you guys can see this good. Maybe I'll tilt it down a little bit more. There we go. We'll be signing in blue and black. I'll probably do random amounts in each. Um, my favorite color is blue, but I think this looks better signed in black since there's no other color anywhere in the book. But anyways, guys, if there's anything you guys want to talk about, discuss as I sign and all that, then we can. Now I need to find space to like put this because like I've got everything on here. Like I had to move my other books around, to set up a little stack next to me off camera. Um, but yeah, so I'll actually be very surprised if anybody's actually in here this early. Like, I mean, it's like 6:30 here, but I mean, that's still very early. Usually people aren't up this early, and if they are, the last thing they're doing is watching YouTube, watching a stream. But we'll be doing a bunch of signing, and we'll bag and board them up, and we'll put in, the patches and stickers, and just waiting on the trading cards. Gigantic Android says when a Secret Comics presents launching. The date is up in the air still. Jason wants to get a little bit more done first, before launch, and I want to finish fulfilling this book before launch. So, when are we launching? It's up in the air. We've talked about like launching this month, and we've talked about launching next month, like as late as the 12th. It'll either be March 12th or before, I think. Really, we've thrown a few dates around. March 12th is like the latest we want to do it. So I'd say like March 12th, probably at the latest. Vic says Super Bowl later. Tom Brady's the man. I don't watch football. Sorry, it's boring. And also, sorry if you guys hear that noise. I don't know how to stop it. Every time I sign, my table like bumps into the wall a little bit. I don't know how to stop that. Like you guys hear that? Like I hear it. It annoys me. Um, but oh boy, I am so glad to have these things in hand. It is really great. It is really great. It's a great feeling to fulfill a book. Let's see. Let me figure out how to stack these. Let's see. We'll probably do like every 5. We'll flip them so they don't turn over. So let's see. That's 5 right there. And that's 3 more there. Okay, so that's 4 then that way. There we go. Okay, cool. We've got 10 signs so far. Make sure you guys share out the link to this too, please, because I want to get some more people in here. I'm loving how all the signatures are coming out right now. Like usually, like I hate how my signature comes out, but I think it's actually been coming out pretty solid today. I actually would have started this a little bit earlier this morning, like, but I had to finish wrapping up Silent Sundays episode 5, I think this is. Yeah, Silent Sundays episode 5. I just wrapped it up and made the thumbnail and everything and uploaded it, and it's scheduled for noon Central Time. So noon Central Time we'll have the next Silent Sundays. This episode is Phantom of the Opera. So you guys know me, that's my favorite silent film, so it was a blast to talk about it. Do 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 do. Sweet. So we have a nice little stack of these things. Probably gone through about 20 of them already. Um, let's see. Vix's Freddy Krueger shirt. Well, it's a sweater. It's a sweater. And it's got a little stain right there from bleach, unfortunately. But yeah, it's a Freddy sweater, plus, a little stain. Um, let's see. Well, Vic and Gigantic Android just talking to each other. We got 5 people in here, guys. Hit that thumbs up, thumbs down, whichever one you want. And guys, if you haven't checked out, excuse me, my new slasher series called 100 Days Till Halloween. The link to that is in the description, and I also pinned it in the chat. But I have 3 new books up for pre-order on Amazon. 100 Days Till Halloween, and you guys should get it. It's a slasher series. It's really fun. If you guys like, Friday the 13th and that sort of thing, you guys will like this series, 100 Days Till Halloween. The first book is The Christmas Morning Massacre. These girls are snowed into a mansion with a killer. There's no way out, so it's fight or die. And then book 2 is set at a summer camp. And it's a bit like an origin story for the killer. In some ways, it's not an origin story. In some ways, it is. You'll just have to read it and see. But book 2 is a little bit of a prequel. And book 3 is pretty similar to book 1, except they're snowed into a hotel instead of a mansion. And then books 4 and 5 are coming. I'm just waiting on the cover art. Let's see. So we've gone through one nice stack of books. I will move them over here. So I have room for the next stack to sign. So this stack right here, all signed. This one we're going to sign now. And then we'll do these ones in black. And then we'll be bagging and boarding them, putting in the patches and stickers. And then once the trading cards come in, I could fulfill this campaign. I don't know where the trading cards are. They mean they shipped, but it'll take a few days. Today's Sunday. There's no mail today. Gigadeath says, "Hail Nasser in chat. Books look good." Thank you, Gigadeath. Nice to see you here in the chat. One of our regulars. There we go. First one signed in black. We'll probably end up signing most of these in blue. This black Sharpie still works, but it's just a tad bit beginning to fade. So we'll probably do most of these in blue. Pretty soon here we'll be returning to Afterlife with Nasser. I'm trying to get a guest, trying to work out a schedule with a special guest to talk about a certain topic. And we're just trying to work out our schedules. But pretty soon we'll be returning to the Afterlife with Nasser format of this channel. And of course, we got a couple new things we're doing around the channel. Of course, Silent Sundays. Today's episode 5. That's uploading at noon. And then on Tuesday we're gonna have another true crime video. We already had one true crime theories video this past Tuesday, so I think true crime is gonna be the Tuesday video, and of course silent films are gonna be the Sunday video. And then on the first of the month, we have the horror hauls. So I think that's like the 3 videos I want to do with like a few popcorned in between there. There's a couple of videos I want to do. One of them was a interaction me and John Del Rose had on Twitter about talking to somebody about publishing and how publishing with a big publisher is a scam. I want to do that video. Maybe I'll do that one today because I keep forgetting and it's been like a week. It's been less than a week, but it's been close to a week. I gotta do that video, and then this weirdo attacked me on Facebook and Twitter last night about CG. So I'll probably do a video on that. And the sad thing about being attacked by that dude too was that dude was, calling me alt-right and calling me, misogynist, this and that. And this dude on Facebook and Twitter, and one of my artists saw that and unfollowed me. And I woke up to a message this morning from this artist that was like, "What's this Comicsgate thing?" And they unfollowed me. I don't want to give away too much about who it is, but there was an artist that saw that stuff that dude was saying about me and was like, "What is this I'm hearing?" and unfollowed me. And I'm like, how do you believe somebody's lies that easily? Like, you've talked to me quite a bit, and all you gotta do is talk to me for 5 minutes, and I'm not some alt-right, like, misogynist, like, harasser, like, I don't understand that. I don't understand that at all. How anybody could just read that and just automatically believe it and be like, oh, this person I don't know, they're saying this about someone I do know, it must be true. I'll never understand that. I will never understand that. So I don't even know what's happening with this certain artist that, again, I don't want to name names right now because they still owe me some work that I paid for. But I mean, I'm sure they'll still do the work, but I just hope it doesn't affect future work because it's an artist I would love to keep working with. But oh well, we'll see what happens. Because these weirdos just come after you. They just want to destroy you. Let's see. That's 2 stacks of books now signed. So this stack is signed in black here. This one in blue. And once again, guys, if you have not bought my new books, 100 Days Till Halloween, it's a 3-book slasher series on Amazon down below in the description, and it's in the chat, pinned comment. There's going to be at least 2 more books in that series. We'll have those 2 up sometime this year. So there'll be at least 5 total books in that series. But right now, the first 3 books are up for pre-order if you guys want to buy that. I'd really appreciate it. Even if you're waiting for the hard copy, buying the ebooks really does help me out. But anyways, let's see. We'll get to bagging and boarding these. We'll put all these in here. We'll put them all in here first, and then we'll put in the patches and stickers after these are all in their bags and boards. This is really fun, guys. You guys don't know how fun this is. This is actually a really fun process when you fulfill a book, and just doing this is really great. Like, I mean, I've bagged and boarded a bunch of stuff before, you know, like thousands of books, but that's always been a boring process. And when it's your book and it's for a campaign, you know, it's really fun. Hold on, let me see something here. I have a drop down message to read. Okay, let me clear that message. Okay, sorry guys, I was a little bit distracted there. Vic is talking about stuff I don't know what he means, really. But 8 people in here, guys. Hit the thumbs up, thumbs down, whichever one you want. Share out the link to this stream, please. Let's get some more people in here. And please say something in the chat besides Vic, because I don't know how to answer him with what he is saying there. I really don't know. Let me readjust these stacks here because this is falling over. There we go. Let me move some of these this way so it doesn't fall over. Sorry, guys. I know that's a little boomerish. It's still falling over. I don't know what to do sometimes when these stacks just fall over. But okay, anyways. Let's see. Is there anything else going on in the chat? No, there is not. It looks like it's just Vic in the chat, and half the time I don't know what to say to his comments. See, where can I move these? Let me move this stack that needs to be bagged and boarded, and I'll move that stack that already is right there. Cool. Let's see. Dougie P said, I think price should depend more on if they are a known talent or not. Some of the new guys' books never even ship. Need to build a reputation first. Am I missing something? Um, Vic says, you remember when Mike used a chromium cyberfrog as kindling to get his chimney fire started? I think so. But Dougie P, am I missing something? Uh, Oof, Vic says, Dougie P, what do you think about Elliot Fernandez and Doom Kicker? Oh boy, what a situation, man. When that campaign was in its like early stages, I had like man, I had talked to Elliot and he's like, yeah, I'm gonna be, like tripling the pages or doubling them or something and making it 100 pages. And I was like, Elliot, what are you doing? Like, do not do that. And he was all shocked. He's like, don't do it. Why not? And I was like, Elliot, you're gonna be doing more work for the same amount of money. Like versus I think it was like 48 pages, something like that, like 40 pages, maybe 40, 48. And he's like, oh yeah, I'm thinking of making it 100. I'm like, don't do that. I'm like, bro, you're gonna double your work for the same amount of money and then probably quadruple all your expenses, because then he'll have to pay the colorist even more, he'll have to pay the letterer even more, he'll have to pay more for printing, he'll have to pay more for shipping. And it's not like he's getting more money, he's got the same $25 to work with, and he's trying to take that like $25 contribution and act as if he's getting like $75 from it. But he wasn't. And so that's why he's in such a weird situation with this unfulfilled campaign that's so late. And he's like, oh, I don't have time to work on it. I do have time. Things have been tough. It's like, well, if you kept it 48 pages, it would have been shipped by now. That's the thing. Is like I don't know how people don't think these things through when they commit to a page count. Like you would think you'd know better. You would think you would know yourself and how long it takes, how much money you need, and how much you're bringing in. I mean, he made that change during the middle of the campaign. Like he was like a few weeks in, I think, and he was like, "Oh, it's gonna be even longer now." And I'm just like, "Bro, what are you doing?" But Elliot did not listen to me. I told him like all your expenses are gonna go up and your workload's gonna go up, but the money does not go up. Like people are not gonna suddenly give you more per contribution. You're still getting that same $25, whatever he was asking. He's not, suddenly people aren't gonna pay him double that for doing double the work. Let's see. Vic says, you see the thing with that is Elliot's comic is very simplistic art style, but for some reason he spends hours and hours rendering them. He isn't practical very. So artist Dougie Pieces, yeah, the whole thing's a mess. Don't know everything about it because I never backed it. The guy dropped off my radar ages ago. Yeah, he sort of dropped off my radar a little bit too. Me and Elliot used to talk quite a bit, and then we just whoops, everything's fallen over. We just sort of stopped, I guess. But I don't know. He sort of like disappeared off the face of the planet. Like suddenly he deleted his Twitter and deleted his YouTube, and he's only on Instagram. And I don't really know why he deleted his Twitter and YouTube. That was a little bit weird to me. Like, because he had like 2 or 3 thousand subs, and Elliot like would always say something about like how did he say it? He would always say something like, "Oh, but I have so many more followers over on Instagram than I do on YouTube. I don't know how to bring them to YouTube, so I'm just gonna stream on Instagram." And whenever he streamed on Instagram, he got like 10 viewers, if that. He got like 8 or 10 viewers. Uh, there were times I tuned into his streams and he had like 6 viewers, like 4 viewers, like really low viewers on his Instagram. But on YouTube, he would always have like 50 to 100 people watching. And he somehow complained he couldn't bring his Instagram people over to YouTube. I'm like, bro, but you have more active people over on YouTube. I don't know. So it was really weird. He like deleted his YouTube. He deleted his Twitter, and I don't know. I don't know what's going on with Elliot. I don't know. He made a really dumb decision with extending his book so much, and I think he should have just. Why didn't this one want to go in? There we go. I think he should have just left it at 48 pages, whatever it was. Um, he should have just kept it simple, and then he could have fulfilled it. Um, I know, like, he and Doug were not getting along too well behind the scenes. Like, in the same day, within like a 2 hour span, I talked to Doug on the phone who complained about Elliot, and then I talked to Elliot on the phone who complained about Doug. Um, Elliot was complaining that Doug wasn't really promoting the book, and he was only promoting Earthworm Jim, or maybe, yeah, I think Earthworm Jim was the one that came out around the same time, or launched it around the same time. And Elliot was like, he's not promoting it, he's only promoting his other campaign. And then Doug was like, Elliot doesn't know how to promote. He's got all these followers on Instagram and none of them are buying the book. And I'm just like, wow, this sounds awful. Like, what was your guys' promotion plan, your strategy? Like, what did you guys agree to? Like, both of them were really upset with the other one. And I was like, this is such a dumb situation. So they were both angry at each other, and I don't know. It was really weird. Like, I talked to them both back to back, where one was angry with the other one, and I don't know what's going on. Like, even Doug was like, "Oh, I'm not even gonna get paid for this book. I'm letting all the money go to Elliot because he needs it." And so I don't know if maybe Doug wasn't promoting it because he wasn't gonna get anything out of it, or what was the case. But I could have sworn Doug was the one that came up with the. I've heard some people say it was Elliot's idea. I thought Doug was the one that came up with the idea for the book, and then he asked Elliot to draw it. And I don't know. Doug would always tell me like, "Oh, we're gonna pitch this book to Netflix. Netflix is interested," and he's like, "I can't call it horror though, because they don't want horror, so I have to call it like dark thriller, mystery, adventure." And so I don't know what's going on with them and Doom Kicker, but I know behind the scenes for a while they were having some I don't know if I don't want to say arguments, but maybe just disagreements or misunderstandings, or just different ideas of how this was supposed to work. Because Elliot saying, "Oh, Doug's not promoting it," makes me seem like they did not talk about their promotion plan and who's going to be doing what. And Doug was mad that Elliot's followers on Instagram, he has like, I don't know, 150,000 followers. He's like, "Oh, but they're not buying the book," and he sounded really upset at that, as if Elliot is in control of what his backer or his followers back. But I don't know. But anyways, now guys, we're gonna be putting these into the back here. And then once we get the trading cards, these things will be out the door. So yeah, that is as far as I know about like the behind the scenes like Doom Kicker stuff. I was really interested in the book. I wanted to read it. Now I don't. Um, I still like Asyl. That's the only reason I haven't asked for a refund. I've only actually refunded one book, and that was Red Rooster. Only book I ever refunded, Red Rooster. Um, but I seriously have considered refunding Doom Kicker, but I don't know. I like Elliot. I don't want to hurt him if he's struggling to put out this book with the amount he raised. I don't want to take more money away from him. So that's the thing. I know it's his own dumb fault for, extending the book and all that and quadrupling all his expenses and not being wise with what he was doing with his campaign, but I still like Elliot, so I don't want to, I don't want to take anything out of his campaign, I don't want to hurt him, because I know he intends to fulfill it. He's just a bit of an airhead, I guess. Can I call him an airhead? Is that okay? Am I allowed to call Elliot an airhead? I don't know. But, Vic says, out of all the millions of viewers of Doug's 2-minute videos, nobody backed him either. I don't know. I haven't really been paying attention to that. I only open up Doug's videos to thumb him down, so I don't really check his campaign, so I never even looked to see like if any of those millions of viewers were buying his new books. Because he is getting tons of views and probably a ton of ad revenue, but I don't think it's leading to book sales, which I already said it wasn't going to lead to book sales. Political people are only ever there for the commentary. They're never there to like support the books. Like I've seen people on Twitter, political people with like millions of followers, and their books don't get funded, or they only get funded like a good amount. But like I've seen people with much smaller audiences do better. Like you'll see them raise like 50 grand, but I mean I've seen people with like 1,000 followers raise 50 grand or more. So, and we're talking about political people with like a million and a half followers. Vic says, what's your opinion about Siege? She's a good artist, I guess. Is that what you want to hear? Or was I supposed to roast her? I don't know. No, Siege is a good artist, friend of the channel. Let me flip these over and move them aside. Oops, and now they're falling all over the place. Let me, let's see. Vic said she was on Mike's show and she was asking about you. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna spread some more of these out and put the stickers on top of them. Gigantic Android says, "Did you watch Silent Madness yet?" No, I did not. But I mean, it's up there on the ones I want to watch. Maybe I'll watch it next. I don't know if I'm watching a movie today. Just sort of depends what me and my brother are up to. We watch all our movies together. So if he has let's see, does he have work today? What's today again? Sunday? Yeah, he has work today. He was off yesterday. He's got work today. But we probably still have time to watch a movie today because it's Sunday. He doesn't have school unless he's got like a paper to work on or something. Yeah, we might end up watching a movie today. Maybe we'll watch Silent Madness today. We watched The Blood Theater yesterday. Oh, that was such a fun movie. Blood Theater, you guys, it lacked the slasher tropes. You know, it lacked suspense as well. Like, it wasn't very suspenseful. Like, there's no real mystery to it, and like it just didn't have the things you like in a slasher movie the most, but it was still a really enjoyable movie. It wasn't perfect, but I really liked it. I had a fun time with it. I would rewatch it. I would rewatch it. It's really fun. It's really short too. It's an hour and 15 minutes. It's a really quick watch. Blood Theater. This is a really enjoyable movie. I dug it. But Silent Madness, maybe that one could be next. I don't know. I got such a long list of movies to watch, but yeah, maybe we could go with Silent Madness next. Watch it in 3D. It comes with 2 pairs of 3D glasses, so you know maybe. Although I'd hate to put the glasses on top of my glasses. I did see a movie in the theaters in 3D like a few years ago, and I was pissed because I didn't realize I bought the tickets for the 3D showing. I can't remember which movie it was. Was it Guardians of the Galaxy? Maybe, I don't know. But like I had man, sorry guys, I'm trying to adjust some of these books because they're falling over. But this is awful. But I did watch a movie in theaters a few years ago in 3D, and I was like a little bit annoyed because I was like, oh wait, no, this is the 3D showing, but it was like too late. I already like ordered the tickets on the Fandango app. Oh man, the stack is still falling over. It's probably still gonna fall over. Oh no, it's falling over. But no, so I hate putting the 3D glasses over my glasses, but I mean, I don't know. I'm down to watch Silent Madness in 3D. right, I probably got to grab a few more stickers, actually. I'll grab them after this. Let me put down these patches first. Oops, let me move these books out, too. Yeah, I got to get some more stickers. I got them all on my shelf over there. Let's see what else is going on in the chat. We got 8 people in here, guys. Hit that thumbs up, thumbs down, whichever one you want. Share out the link to this stream. Let's get some more people in here for the first signing stream for Asyl. I think after the stream I might begin writing Asyl 2. I think so. I think that's what I'll do immediately after this. And by the way, guys, I've been working on setting up all my playlists for the channel. So if you guys go to my playlist section on my channel, there's like all like the horror hauls and unboxings and Silent Sundays and things like that in their own playlists. So if you guys want to go check out the playlists, go ahead. I still haven't put like book reviews in their own playlist outside of the Paperbacks from Hell reviews. Those are all in their own playlist, but I still gotta set that one up. But there's a few more playlists I need to set up. But there's a good chunk of them already up if you guys want to check them out. I'm just grabbing some more stickers right now. All right, grabbed another handful of stickers. Just saying, says Nasser the hardest working man in Comicsgate. I'd love to be. I'd love to be. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'd love to have that title. But if we're going based on actual output alone, we'd probably have to go with Ethan with everything he's put out. But I mean, I'd love to give him a run for his money. I'd love to be the hardest working man in comics and CG, and you know, I'd love to be the hardest working man in CG and in comics overall, like just everybody, CG or not. I'd love to be the hardest working man in comics and books too. I have so many story ideas to tell. I was just talking to a friend about a couple new ideas last night, and I get, oops, this one's like falling out. I just get ideas like crazy, guys. I just get so many ideas, and I mean, man, I write as fast as I can, but I wish I had a clone. But then if my clone wrote the stories, I'd probably spend a lot of time correcting him. But yeah, there's just, man, just so many ideas I want to write, so many comics, so many novels, so many novellas as well. 100 Days Till Halloween, which you guys could buy right now. Those are actually novellas. They're really short reads too. Gigantic Android says, have you tried to take your comics to any local comic stores? Yeah, I can Stardust and Trixie to my local comic shop, which there's actually some CGers that go there, but I never met them. Like, this dude hit me up on Twitter one time. And actually, no, I did meet one of them. But there's this dude that hit me up on Twitter one time when he saw Stardust there. And he's like, oh, man, I didn't know this is your comic shop, too. I was like, oh, yeah, it is. And then I just never heard from this dude again. But, no, yeah. And, man, my comic shop owner, he did not think they would sell out that quick. Like, they sold out, like, by the time I was there the next week, they sold out instantly. Like, people were really after these. But yeah, I have taken them to my local comic shop before, and when I say sold out, I just mean like 3 or 4 probably copies of Stardust and 3 or 4 of Trixie. But yeah, they did sell at my local comic shop. Let's see, okay, 6 more of these here. Let's see. And Prabby says, I think EVS still has Nasser beat. Yeah, he does. Club Film Video says, Mark and Tim and Doug are the hardest working artists in CG. Not sure about Doug, but Tim does work very hard. I love his art, and they produce some great books. Tim and Mark, some really fun ones. and Mark, of course, a regular. What is this? I thought this was a nail for a second. It's just a piece of like the fiber, I guess, in the back of this. It's like, what's this nail doing here? But I forgot what I was about to say. I think I was about to say probably gonna have Mark on the channel again soon, so we could talk about some horror movies. Um, I'm thinking about doing a regular stream with Mark outside of the Afterlife streams where we just talk about horror movies. Um, Talk about recent watches and stuff, but I haven't even asked him yet. But I was going to, but then I saw him on Twitter saying he was doing some like bi-weekly show with somebody else about comics. So I was like, I don't know if Mark will be able to do two shows. So I didn't ask him because I think he already does have a comic book show that he's gonna be doing with somebody else, like on a regular schedule. And I was like, And then Mark's probably too busy to do this idea I wanted to do, but. I don't know. I still have to ask him. But yeah, I love talking about horror movies with Mark and with Full Custom Hot Dog. Maybe all three of us could get something going. Maybe. Um, let's see. Cult Film Videos, the same sweaters yesterday. Nice. Heck yeah. I just washed it, so it's all nice and fresh. Improbi says, I have to figure out what to do with my second copy of Asyl. Give it to another comic reader who's a horror fan and convert him or her to becoming a Nasser fan. Well, thank you, Improbi. Also says maybe I can ask my LCS dealer of a customer who would be so inclined to a horror comic and donate to his/her reserve bin. Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be cool, man. Thanks. Let's see. Now all of these have their patch and their sticker. So let me set these aside, and then we'll take off the tape from the back of it. I love these resealable ones because I hate going through so much tape. And you gotta go through so much tape with all these books to seal the back of the bags and boards. And man, it was life changing when I discovered these sealable ones. Like, oh my goodness, guys. Back when I was in college, guys, and I was buying so many comics, like thousands of them, and it would come time to bag and board them all. I would be so annoyed because I would have my roll of tape, and I would like cut off little pieces and like put them at the edge of a table or put them on the edge of my bed frame or something. All these little pieces of tape, and then I'd bag and board and rip off the tape. And I'm just like, I hate ripping off these little pieces of tape. It is so much more convenient just to rip off this strip right here and just seal it. And granted, you do get a lot of these little pieces of plastic everywhere, but oh well, it's still a lot better than all the tape. I don't know. I just hate rolls of tape when you got to cut off a million pieces to bag and board all of these. I just hate it. But yeah, so now we're going to be sealing these things up. And of course, we're going to have to reseal them once the trading cards come in. I know a lot of you are probably like, why don't you just wait for the cards to come in and then seal them? But I just hate seeing these flaps just out like that. I just hate it. So that's why we're going to seal them now. And it's not going to be a big deal to just open them again and put in a trading card. It's not a lot of work at all. All right. So let me lift this a bit. Move that to the side there. Oops. Move the books here a little bit so you guys get a better view of them. Let's see. Oh, Just Saying says, I hope you get around to telling your disaster story about the sun going dark. Yes, the day the darkness fell. Yeah. Yeah, that one needs a complete rewrite. Just Saying. That one, I wrote it as a comic. How many issues of that did I write? Maybe 20 or 25? I can't remember exactly how many. And the premise is fine. It's like, it's got the good seeds of a story, but like, oh boy, I was so awful when I wrote those. I was such a bad writer when I wrote those. And that's why I stopped and never finished it, because I just knew it could be so much better. And pretty soon I'll go back to it. I just got a few other things I want to do first. Um, it's always a little difficult going back in time to an idea you had in like 2017, when you've got so many new and better ideas. Let's see. Gigantic Android says, I'm so sick of taping comics. I switched to one piece in the center. Nighthawk Warrior says, "Nice cover, Nasser, and good morning. Good morning, Nighthawk Warrior. Just saying, says I did a cool piece of fan art for it. If and when you release it. Oh well, thanks, man. Now let's take these pieces of plastic off the back so these could be all nice and sealed. And again, anybody that's just tuning in, we're just waiting on the trading cards, which have shipped. They shipped on the 4th, I think. So yeah, so it's shipped like 3 days ago. So hopefully it doesn't take too long for the cards to come in, so then I could ship them all out. And like I said, guys, 100 Days Till Halloween, my new series of slasher novellas. If you guys want to buy those, the link is pinned in the chat. It's also in the description if you guys want to check them out. Then please do, guys. They're up for pre-order right now. Only the ebooks are up for pre-order because Amazon doesn't let indies put up their paperbacks for pre-order, but there will be paperbacks. Just have to bear with me and wait for the pre-order periods to be over, okay? So then after the pre-order period is over, then I'll be uploading the paperback files. Book 1 is coming out February 28th, but like I said, all 3 are up for pre-order. And so around February 28th is when the paperback itself will be up for sale. I can't put up the paperback for pre-order, unfortunately. But, I mean, if you guys want to support me, please pre-order the ebooks, even if you're waiting for the paperback, because every sale helps. It helps that algorithm, and it helps boost the ranking, helps get it seen by more people. It shows up in the Also Bot section, which really helps. So if you guys want to support me, even if you're waiting for the paperback, please consider getting the ebook. I really appreciate it, guys. And please tell all your friends, anyone that likes slasher movies, anyone that likes horror books, check out 100 Days Till Halloween. And they're really short, too. Like I said, book 1's 90 pages. It's a really quick read. It's like less than half of my other books. Like this one is... Let's see, 214 pages. 100 Days Till Halloween is 90 pages, so it's this much. This much right here. That's how long the first book is. So it's pretty short, pretty quick read. I forgot who said it in the chat the other day. Said they don't have time for novels. Well, it's a novella, so it's a little shorter than a novel. Now let me put this plastic off to the side here. I have a little box next to me to put my garbage in. Let's see. Nighthawk says, "Have a nice stream, Nasser." All right, are you dipping out, man? See ya. Do. So yeah, we'll have a few more of these streams. This is probably gonna be the only bag and board stream today, I think. We'll see, because I have Silent Sundays premiering at noon Central, and I have a couple other videos I want to record as well, and I might be doing some recording today. And of course, I need to write, so probably going to be working on the sequel to Asyl today. Oh, just saying, says that was me saying that said that my wait, where'd it go? My days stay pretty busy. Yeah, I get you, man. I get you. Much quicker to read a comic. Like John De La Rose was saying in his Star Wars review yesterday. He was reviewing a Star Wars novel. I never read it, but I watched it because I like watching John's videos. And he said, he just reviews comics because they're so much quicker to read. He could do, a comic review a day, which is very accurate. That's how it was when I was reading Lock and Key. I was able to get... I mean, it took me a couple days to get through those just because I had other stuff I was working on at the time, but a lot of time-consuming stuff. But, if I wasn't working on all that stuff, I could have reviewed all 6 of those just 6 days in a row. But yeah, comics, I mean, you could get through a graphic novel a day and, do a review of them, but Oh boy, I choose to mostly review novels on my channel, and those could take a while. It took me only like maybe 4 days or so, 4 or 5 days to get through Animal Farm, which is a really short book. And if I didn't have a day job, I would have got through it in maybe 1 day or 2 days. But I mean, that was quick. But now I'm reading 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, and that one's like 400 something pages, and I'm only like 50 pages in. Uh, so yeah, I don't know. It takes longer to be able to review a novel, but I don't know. Um, I just think it's a good way to bring in a new audience is doing reviews that my friends aren't doing. That's also why I want to start doing true crime videos, and why I already did start doing them. I did do one true crime video last week on Tuesday, and this Tuesday we'll have another one. But doing true crime videos because my friends aren't doing those, and if I do those, it'll maybe bring in some new people that could buy my books and buy my friends' books. Let me move those there. Sorry, guys, I'm moving things around on this table. I only have so much space. Um, these ones are all bagged and boarded and sealed up. And now, let me move that so they don't fall. Sorry, guys, being a boomer. Now I got this stack here off to the side that these just need to be sealed, and I'll be adding them to these two stacks right here. Wow, everything is still falling over. That's the thing I hate about this is you got so many books and they all just fall over. Man, I should have bought a new long box, and then I could have just put these in the long box as I finished. Well, you know what? My box for garbage, I could just move the garbage out. All that's in it is bubble wrap anyways, and these little plastic things in the bags and boards. Let me move that out the way. And this is the box that these books were shipped in anyways. Let me move that stuff. There we go. The bubble wrap, and there we go. Now all the plastic stuff's moved out. Now I can move these off the table and into that box. Yes, that makes things so much easier. Now those are in the box, and then let's see. We'll put these in the box. There we go. And some more in the box. There we go. So now those are all in the box. There we go. And also, if you guys don't really want to buy 100 Days Till Halloween, or if you're waiting for the paperback and you absolutely do not want to buy the ebooks, then please at least just share it out on Twitter, guys, because I really need your guys' help spreading the word. It's really difficult. Like I've tried like every part of like the horror community. Like, hey, you want to check out my books? Like, can I get a retweet? And they just ignore you. Like, the horror community is just like a bunch of people that only care about people that have a big audience. Like, they will never promote a small dude. They will never promote like. I'll be straight with you guys. I've only sold 10 total copies of 100 Days Till Halloween between all three of those books. I've only sold 10 total copies. And, like, the horror community will ignore somebody that needs help. And then they'll promote people that already get thousands of sales. They only care about, helping somebody that has a big audience. The horror community does not really care about helping out smaller people. Like, I've tried reaching out to a bunch of them, and they just don't care. So I really need your guys' help. Let's see. Gigantic Android says, I'm about to research Amityville Horror. I think the defense attorney for the kid who killed his family sold the house to the Lutzes to claim it was haunted for possession defense. I don't know. And probably says, did you ever collect comics? Yes, I did. We can take a look at some of them real quick if you want. Improbi. Let me, real quick, we'll come back to this. Let me take you over to my bookshelf. Let's see. We have, I'm trying to read it without the glare. Spider-Man 298, the first Todd McFarlane on Spider-Man. We have 299. We have 301. I'm missing 300. I need it. We have Todd McFarlane, Batman 423, that I iconic cover. We have his Hulk 340, another iconic McFarlane. We have Amazing Spider-Man 13, awesome cover. We've got some other awesome stuff like behind these things, like this Exorcist homage cover. Um, let's see, what else do we have back here? Nice Jim Lee cover. We've got some different things behind these. It's kind of difficult to do right now. We've got this Ditko drawn comic that has the Beatles in it. Of course, my favorite band, so I had to have it. I'm not gonna look through all of them right now, but yeah, I mean, we got a bunch of cool stuff over there, and then, oops, sorry guys, stepping on packaging stuff. I could take you guys across the room right here, where this stuff's a little bit of a mess, but I mean, we've got 6, 8 long boxes there, and then you guys can see a little bit of my boxes there. We got 3 long boxes there. Sorry guys, I know the basement's a bit of a mess, but so that's 11 long boxes, not to count all the ones that I've like sold, and also not to count all the graphic novels and stuff. But yeah, that's my comic collection, improbi. But yeah, I've sold my comics before when I needed money in college. I sold a couple thousand of them probably. Yeah, so I've still got thousands of them though. But yeah, I haven't bought a whole lot of them in the last 2 years or so. Maybe the last like 3, like because I was buying like a lot of Marvel and DC stuff, but then I dropped the mainstream because it was awful. And then like I wanted to keep supporting indie stuff, but then it was like all just as awful as the Marvel and DC stuff. And so then I just started to buy like just like super indie stuff. And but super indie stuff is really expensive. So I can't buy as much of it as I'd like to. Like, that was the advantage that the mainstream had, was I go into a comic shop and I could get an indie comic for $4. Now, if I want to get an indie comic, I have to wait, 5 months and spend $30. So it's like a little more difficult to pick up as many. And I mean, I still pick some up when I go to C2E2, but C2E2 this year, last year, 2020, it was like a lot less comics focused than it normally is. Like usually you go there and it's easy to find indie comics and easy to find the dollar bins, but in 2020 it was not a comic book convention at all. First of all, I spent the whole 3 days looking for the dollar bins, and it wasn't until the very last day that I found the $2 bins. Like there were no dollar bins. And it wasn't until the last day that I found some obscure random $2 bins. Okay, so there were like no cheap comics there. Normally, there's this booth called the Torpedo booth from Torpedo Comics. I think they're in Arizona, maybe. But there's a company called Torpedo Comics, and usually they have this gigantic booth, this gigantic setup that's got like 3 walls and like a bunch of shelves in the middle of any kind of graphic novel you want, Marvel, DC, indie, super indie, like obscure stuff. Like they've got all sorts of stuff from like Image and like all the publishers like you've never heard of. They got all sorts of things at this booth, and it's all these graphic novels that are all discounted 50 to 75% off. Like it's super cheap, and you could come away with like 10 graphic novels for the price of like 3. And it's just like they didn't have that in 2020. I don't know why they didn't. They had it in 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019. 2020, they did not have that. You know what they had in 2020 for the Torpedo booth was they had all their expensive like comics from like the 30s and 40s and 50s and 60s. Like they had their like key issues that are all like the like ones you'd spend like $3,000 on. Like they didn't have any of their graphic novel stuff. They went from this gigantic thing of graphic novels to a really small display of expensive books. And then even when I was going up and down Artist Alley, I've found that most artists now are just selling prints. They're not even doing indie comics. Like when I used to go up and down Artist Alley, guys, I would find so many indie comics I couldn't buy them all. And then this year in 2020, it was like they were all just shilling their prints. Like they had nothing, like no comics. They were selling prints, they were selling pins, they were taking commissions, and that was it. They had like no books. I don't know if it's just gotten to the place where like if you just draw like Spider-Man or something and sell the prints of it everywhere, that you make more doing that instead of your own comic, and it's less time. I don't know if that's how things are going or what, but man, C2E2 2020 was just awful as far as trying to find actual comics. Um, and as far as 2021, it was supposed to be next month. It was supposed to be in March, but now they moved it to December. So I don't think I could go this year because who on earth could get off work in December? That doesn't make sense to me. Me and my brother both have day jobs, and I don't know how we're gonna get off. It's December 10th, 11th, and 12th, I think. I don't know how we're both gonna get off and go, even just to go one day. Um, I don't know how we're gonna get off. Nobody gets off in December, so I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how anybody's gonna go, but we'll at least try. Let's see. Yeah, Improbi says the horror community are snobs. Improbi says a respectable amount. Gigantic Android says I've sold 16 long boxes now. I usually only dip into dollar bins. Yeah, dollar bins are my favorite. Just saying says I've been buying the new Walking Dead run. The new variants are awesome, but it's strange in color. Um, oh yeah, they are reissuing those all in color. Let's see. And probably says they focus on cosplay and guest stars in today's cons. They do. They even do that at C2E2, but it always was comics focused. Like you were always able to find good comics, and now it's like it was such a dramatic shift. 2019 and 2020 C2E2, it's like night and day. They were so different. Um, and probably says I don't miss the cons. You've pretty much spent $100 before you get through the door on ticket admissions. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. It's expensive. The tickets for C2E2 are like, I want to say they're like $80 maybe, $90. Like, yeah, like almost $100. And, I buy those for me and my brother. And then in 2020, my little sister went with us too. So that was like $300 I spent on tickets before we even got through the door. Oh boy. Now I'm just moving these comics here into the box I have next to me. And that concludes our first signing stream for Asyl. So thank you very much, everybody. They're all right here in this box. We will have some more signing streams, some more bagging and boarding streams, and of course, let me get it here. You guys could get my other books on Amazon and Kindle while you wait. While you wait for Asyl to come out, you could get these books on Amazon, and they arrive in 2 days. Or you can get the ebooks and read them right now after the stream ends. If you buy these ebooks right after the stream ends, you could read them right away. But get the Eternity trilogy, Eternity, Inner Demons, and Locked Coffins. You guys could get my short story collection, The Eclipse Theater. You could get my horror comedy Duality. If you guys want to get my books, and as well as my new books, 100 Days Till Halloween, they're all down below in the description. Have a great day, guys. Peace.